Some of them. We move on, Bede. We go to the Indian collection of the museum. I have some pictures. I will go back there and take better pictures, I promise. But also beautiful examples from India.
Yeah.
Hindustan.
High grade blades by the looks of things.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at this one.
Oh. So that's the way that's a candle blade, is it? It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
let me see. Let me see. Oh, I can't tell from here. Oh, that's it. Here.
Yeah. So that's a straight slashing sword with a reinforced back.
Yes.
So that they make the blade out of really hard watered steel, but it's very thin, and it has a razor edge, and then they have a back strip that stops the blade from going all wobbly. I handled one of those. It was in a type of watered steel I think you call black Khorasan.
Yes.
And a very dark, deep pattern, but not coarse, very fine pattern. And the blade was razor sharp. It was like 150, 200 years old. It was still razor sharp. And the patination, like the pattern of the steel, went all the way to the edge. So it hadn't been resharpened from the time that it was originally etched. And it's still razor sharp.
Yes. Look at this one, Pete.
Oh yeah. I've got a tulwar with a hilt of that exact shape. It has traces of gilding on it. It's nowhere near as good as that one, of course, but those hilts are really comfortable. All to me, all tulwar hilts are comfortable, but those ones are both elegant and comfortable. I did have an exaggerated Shamshir bladed tulwar once that I sold to a friend, that had a hilt again shaped like that, but covered in silver leaf, which was flaking off, and underneath it was an iron hilt. But instead of having just inlaid gold, it had standing ribs in the hilt, so it was quite elaborate. It was quite a nice.
Look at this one.
Oh, that's beautiful, Kofgari work.
Really?
I mean, that's thick gold. And so there's a Ferengi blade there, judging by the hilt.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Oh, these are nice.
And this one is interesting. The quillons are spatulated like some shamshirs are, but on a tulwar.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say that's quite a combination of different designs, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, quite nice.
Very nice designs in this museum.
Yeah, you see it up close. My tulwars also, like the ends of the quillons, have flowers on them and things like that. When they do this kind of Kofgari work, the thicker Kofgari I think is more attractive. It's I don't know. It might just be my taste, but I like the fine Kofgari work, particularly gold on blackened iron. I think like that one there. This kind of really thick Kofgari detail where they've hammered the metal in and then they've finished the metal with fine engraving tools and that as well. You've got to admire artists that can do that well. I mean, the fact that they're absolutely that was a Kanjali, I think.
Yes.
Or something like a Kanjali.
It is.
Yeah.
Made of iron. Is it ivory or is it a stone handle?
No, that's white jade, I'd say.
Jade. It is jade.
I'm just guessing. Yeah.
No, it is. So, I can tell from here, Pete. Look.
Yeah, but the blade is actually a Peshkab's blade. Peshkab's.
It is
You have a look.
Pishkabs. Yes, you're
Yeah,
right.
definitely a
It's
Peshkab's.
Pishkabs. It is
So it's been,
Pishkabs.
yeah, they've mounted it as a Kanjali or a kind of decorative form of a
So then it's
Kanjali,
got to be forward grip. You're right. It is Pishkabs. You're right.
which is not because Kanjali is held like that, but
Yes,
Peshkab's is held like
absolutely.
that.
Look at the
So it's,
T-spine bead. This has a
yeah, you can see the
T-spine.
spine. That was what gave it away because I've got one laying around here because you always need a Peshkab's laying around. Um,
Yes.
I've got both types. So this is the kind of,
Yes, exactly. That one, guys. That
yeah. So,
one.
but
Very.
it's getting too damp in my house. I've got to do some derusting. uh,
Look at this one bead. That's the
oh,
collection. I'm going to take pictures later on when I go back
yeah.
there. Let me just go
Somewhere,
ahead. Look at this one.
oh, yeah. The Indian um weaponsmiths had a great delight in sculpting steel.
Yes, they
So
did.
whereas the bronze casters cast bronze in one piece, these guys are cutting and filing away until they can get the shape that they want. And lots of different shapes too. They're not just, there's some of the ones I've seen have been so beautiful. This is I'll pronounce it the Indian way, Kanja.
Yes.
Um, uh, again, this is a what really came out when the Mughals moved into India. The blade shape is fairly consistent with these, though they often can have deep fullers and quite complex blade cross sections. Often the hilts are so beautiful that the museums worry more about the hilts and not enough about the blades.
Yes.
There's a bit of a letdown really when the blades are so lovely. Oh yeah, we know everybody loves a sheep.
You get that one.
It's got such a happy sheep face.
Look at the carving bead.
Yeah, it's
Unbelievable.
beautiful. It really is. Oh, I mean, what big ears you have, Mr. Sheep. It's got. Oh, here we've got a dragon. Makara. It's not a dragon. It's something called a Makara. I think it's
Makara,
a,
yeah, exactly.
a water monster kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, but the strap suspension fittings on the scabbard, even though the design is Indian, the outline is very Persian, isn't it?
Yes, outline is version.
Yeah, but I can see it looks like an inscription in one of the many Indian scripts derived from Devanagari.
Yeah.
I mean, in India, people didn't rest on their laurels. They kept inventing. Oh, water pattern is nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Very nice. Patterned crucible steel blade.
Yeah, isn't it? Oh, here's one of these.
One
19th.
of those
Yeah.
Qatars which opens.
The 19th century was full of trick weapons that were basically just for fun. I think.
I remember I was talking to an Indian colleague and I just said, what is the function of this? I said, yeah, you stab. Yeah. You have the whole blade in your belly. Yeah. And then what happens? Why do you have this that opens? And you know what he said in his beautiful accent, Dr. Khorasani, to kill more. And I said, what do you mean to kill more? You stab the guy with such a big thing, and then you press to kill more. What do you mean to kill more? So I will never forget that. To kill more.
Once you stand by that, you're dead. No, I have heard some people say that on this and European daggers like that, you opened it up to as a parrying weapon to catch
Exactly.
blow.
Exactly.
Oh, but they're fragile, so I wouldn't want to risk my life catching a blade on one of those. As
Yes.
a regular Qatar is such an efficient dagger that you'd worry that was a problem.
Yeah. So this was this one. And look at this one.
Yeah,
Pishkabs.
Pishkar. And I
Indian
mean,
Pishkabs.
classic, isn't it? It's got the kind of reinforced tip.
Yes.
It's got the T section.
Yes.
Um, Yeah, that's a really nice one.
Look at the
I
scabbard, Pete.
yeah, the scabbard. Is this look now or something like that? Because it looks like uh lacquer work.
Yeah,
The beautiful. This is almost cloisonne rather than just enameling,
yeah,
because it
it
looks like
is.
that it's got, boundaries between the colors. These are the kind of things you like to see in person. Even the best photograph can't give you the real feel of how lovely these things are.
Beautiful. And look at this one.
Yeah. Now
The
that's
real
that's
deal.
yeah.
The
I've
real deal.
got one with a blade like that, and not with the gold on the handle, but the blades are so solid. I mean, sometimes that thick at that part, like just when it starts to taper into the point, they're often very, very thick, which makes you wonder, what happens when somebody hits you with one.
Yeah.
It must be pretty shocking.
Oh God, absolutely. Okay, this is the handle of this one, right?
And the
Excuse me,
scabbard, yeah.
scabbard. I'm sorry. Is the scabbard of this one?
Yeah. Again, the quality of the Kofgari work, the gold onto the iron for the scabbard fittings is very high.
Look at the shape, Pete. Although
Yeah,
simple, but the shape is beautiful. Scabbard
yeah,
mouth is also beautiful.
yeah.
Look.
And originally covered in brilliantly covered velvet, which old age has finally got to.
Yeah. Look at
Oh,
this
this
one.
this is more zero book than fish carbs.
Yeah.
But it's too big. Zero books, generally speaking, have a much longer reinforced tip, and they are really for prying into somebody wearing armor. And the grip is cardish, like a card.
Like a card. Yeah. Some cards have such grips. Exactly.
Yeah, but and zero books do too. I've got one, a very low quality one, but when I was offered the chance to buy it, I thought, well, I'm never going to find a good one, so I may as well grab one. But again, the scabbard fittings are very delicate. Now
Yes.
here's a proper working card that you've got gold and everything on it, but it's a real knife, good shape. Those grips look very simple in profile, but in cross section they taper down towards the blade. They give you a really strong grip when you're holding it. Very good, as people like to say, very good edge alignment. Oh, rock crystal.
Rock crystal is.
Yeah.
It is
But
reflecting the background, guys.
yeah. But it's got a carved surface. It looks like it's got
Yeah.
plants carved onto it.
Yeah.
A pointier blade than you generally get with a card, but it's clearly in the card family.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
Beautiful, huh?
Yeah, rock crystal handles are always the difficulty with rock crystal is it's quartz. It's very hard, but it's not very tough.
Yes.
And in order to make it look so pretty, they've got to shorten the tang of the blade, so the tang of the blade only fills that collar where the blade and the
Yes.
handle go together, so that there's kind of like a hole in the rock crystal, and the rock crystal fits into a sleeve, and the tang goes up into the rock crystal, but it doesn't come up far enough for you to see it. Otherwise, it ruins the effect. But it does mean the dagger is not as strong. Oh, yeah, I've seen daggers like that.
Yeah.
Strong central rib. Does that have a very strong
Yes.
central rib?
It is a sensor. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I've handled one like that, and it was quite big, the one I saw.
Yeah, it is.
And they're really again a stabber.
Yeah.
You could hold it the other way, but they're much better as a stabber. But really strong blades. They're very elegant,
Yes.
lots of gold work, they're very pretty. And here is our famous Khyber knife.
Mhm.
I've got the remains of one. It had a broken grip scale, and I really intended 30 years ago to fix it up, but I never got round to it because I'm not very good at carving. And these are, you know, this is basically a relative of the Yataghan in the sense that except Yatagans are more choppy and this is more stabby.
Mhm.
Though in Afghanistan, I believe that they did like chopping with them more than they like stabbing with them.
Mm.
I believe I've read somewhere of a British medical officer in Afghanistan saying that if the Afghans ever decided to stab with these things, there'd be dead people everywhere because they're really good for stabbing. But they like cutting with them, which kind of says that maybe they actually have some link with the Afghans, aside from being sometimes called the Afghans. Cascara type swords from
Kaskaras, and as they call them, takubas, kaskaras.
yeah, well, they had different names in different areas because they were used
Yes.
from like Tuaregs in the southern
The
Sahara.
Kubas, they say for Tuareg, the Kuba, and then, okay, at least in Western terminology, because
Yeah,
Kaskaras, as you know, in Sudan, they call them safe again, right? As we know
yeah,
that.
which is sword in Arabic, but they also have different styles of crossguard. So
Yes.
I
And this is
remember
an Omani sword. You see that?
oh yeah, yeah. See, Oman, the Yemen, all these places had really long traditions of sword making, and they
Yes,
didn't
they
die
did.
out. Yeah, you can see the difference. Like the Tuareg ones on the left, and the more Cascara one on the right with a Quillen block, like a Islamic
Yes.
sword. Even though it looks very much like a European sword, it's still more closely related in its guard to a
This is this
is
Omani Katara,
yeah,
they call
aren't
it,
they
right?
strange?
Beautiful.
Oh yeah, definitely highly the design is very advanced, but you'd almost think, oh, more like Burma until you look at the decoration and realize, no, this is
Most of them are straight. Some of them are saber-like blades.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think it's a very old design that just kept being used.
Yes.
Uh, this is a Nimcha kind of
Yes.
North African
Yes.
saber.
Yes. Beautiful.
I'll probably the design was brought by Spanish Muslims when they were expelled into North Africa because it has features that look European, but it's not like there is no European sword that actually
Yes.
looks like this. These are again African
Yes.
and again
Beautiful, aren't they?
yeah, oh yeah, well Africa is one of those places where there's lots of artistic development in weapons. I mean, they don't just make them to work. They're quite artistic in their designs. Some of them are so artistic we're not really sure what they're for. Uh,
Yes.
Others, I mean, you got that pommel, that cone-shaped pommel, like the mushroom pommels in
Yes.
the really old
Yes.
Luristani one, on a
Yes.
totally practical knife.
Yes. Absolutely.
Ah,
Ottoman.
yeah. I mean, these are, I, they almost suggest to me street fighting weapons, if you know what I mean. Uh, you can use them in confined spaces.
Yes, you can.
Probably good on shipboard
Yeah.
because the Ottomans maintained a quite a large fleet. Um, just
Beautiful.
stick them in your sash. There's no real suspension method.
Yes. So,
But these Baroque handles, which again remind us of some of the Luristani stuff.
and
Ah,
for you, Jian.
yeah, yeah. I've got little gems like that. Well, is there one? Yeah, there's one still hanging on the wall, but you
Yes.
can't see
A
it.
Chinese Jian. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I
And
remember.
then the museum has so many Persian, Ottoman, Indian, African, and Jian.
Yeah. Well, gens are kind of nice. These short ones always amaze me because they're too long to be a dagger and too short to be a practical sword in Chinese fighting techniques. Because long gens go back to the Han Dynasty, um, but they're kind of diamond section blades. They're really quite solid.
Solid. Yes, solid.
Yeah,
Solid.
I've got a kind of 19th century one in a tortoiseshell covered scabbard. And you pull it out, and it's this really solid blade. What have we here?
Hmm.
These are like Filipino Indonesian style.
Indonesian, yes, exactly. Hat hunter's sword, here, as they call it.
Ah, yeah, well, but Dayak probably then.
Yes,
I mean, I
yes.
know experts on this, but I'm not
Look
an
at this
expert.
bead. It has its original scabbard, and it has
Oh,
also
this,
this part. You know which one I mean?
yeah, which is to stop it turning in your when you put it in your sash, which goes back to you look at the chimated sculptures at Persepolis, where the people wearing long robes had
No, no,
something
I
like
mean
that on.
this blade, this short blade on a
Oh, is that
long
it? Oh,
handle.
it's got a little. What's that part of then? I thought that
Most
was
of
actually.
them lack that. Most of these, when collectors
Yeah.
have lacked
Was
this
that, did
part.
that fit into a part of the scabbard and they've taken it out? Like they've taken out
Yes,
the
they
blade?
used it for, well, without going into detail, you know.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, I thought it was yeah.
yeah.
I suppose it's difficult with photographs sometimes to know
Yeah,
what
it
you're
is
looking.
difficult. It's not a good photo. I need to go there again. I will do that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, that was it. Okay, guys, with Pete, before you know, is going to ask us, I have also lots of pictures. This museum has mostly European, but we are going to talk about European as well one day. There are
Yeah.
tons of European blades there, of course. There's a Asian and African section is one small part of it, but they have lots of European as well.
Yeah. But that was it was a good collection. Yeah.
Was it good? Did you like it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, particularly the Bronze Age stuff, because we don't get enough chance to talk about that. And
Yes.
Luristan, it was full of artists. I mean, these people, oh, I'll make a knife. Let's make it look like this. And you kind of, it's very
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah, I think now I have also from Iranian museums. We will also in future hopefully talk
Oh, yeah,
about
that.
them because we,
Well,
you
see, the
know, we,
advantage of that is we'll know
yeah,
when they were made and where they came from
yes.
precisely. Yeah, and
Yes,
what was.
exactly. I think it's also important to talk about Bronze Age because the interest of most subscribers for us is okay, starts from Achaemenid, then goes to all these areas. But it
Yeah,
wasn't life before that, you know?
yeah, yeah, and a long time before it, because I mean, as I say, Elam is good because they had writing and they wrote stuff down. So we
Yeah.
know the names of the kings and stuff like that. And they fought the Babylonians and Assyrians a lot, so there's stuff written about them. But the people in the Zagros Mountains, one group of people came out of the Zagros Mountains and conquered Babylon and ruled it for 400 years. And we don't even know what their language is related to. Kassites. I mean, 400 years ruling Babylon. The only thing about them, I think they know about 20 words from the language, but the main things they know are the names, which are
Yes.
incredibly complicated names. These people lived in the Zagros Mountains in what's Iran today, were powerful enough to conquer Babylon, and equally organized enough to control it for another 400 years. So
Absolutely.
these are important areas. It's just that we don't have enough information yet.
Yes. Thanks a lot, Pete. It was lovely and a very nice discussion. I wish you a nice day and thank you very much, Pete.
My pleasure.